What is up, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac with the Dre Mac Show, 6:30 in the morning. What is going on? Hopefully, everybody is having a great and wonderful day, unless you live in Kansas City where it is snowing still and it's slushy outside. So please, 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 please be safe out there while you out there driving, while you on your commute. But again, hopefully everyone is doing excellent and doing well. Shout out to my brother who is live in the chat. What is up, bro? Today's episode is there is a rumor or there is speculation that Marvel is going to cast a black actor as the Sentry, who is a white character in the comics. We gotta talk about this. There's a lot of other information that's a part of this, but we gotta talk about this because is this representation? Is this temporary representation? What is it? We gotta talk about it. But the real question is,
Are you ready?
all right, all right. Oh man, we're a couple days away from the Super Bowl, man. We 4 days away from Super Bowl Sunday. And of course, my Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. So of course, I can't wait to root for them. My son's birthday is Sunday too. He turns a big 8. So this is just going to be glorious for this weekend until I go shopping for him for gifts, because God, he showed me what he want for a gift. So I got to make sure to hook my little man up, my little mini me. um let's go ahead. You know what, normally, I kind of talk about a couple things. um I will say this. Yeah, there we go. Let's put this up first. I will say this is that I know I don't have, and I don't know how the algorithm really works on YouTube, but it seems like all my Black Panther videos have a lot of high views. And I don't want to just be like a Black Panther recast T'Challa channel, but those give me a lot of views. But my Transformer video yesterday did not get a lot of views, and I get it. A lot of people are not used to Transformers and stuff like that. That's not kind of what y'all came for. So I always tell you guys, hit me up, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on at Twitter, the Dre Mac Show, Instagram, the real Dre Mac. Hit me up, the Dre Mac Show on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. Let me know exactly what you guys are looking for. What do you guys want me to talk about, or what is on your mind that you want to discuss and you want me to kind of elaborate on that? So I'm always willing to take suggestions, get something for the crowd. I want to make sure you guys are happy, because if you're happy, I'm happy. I'm giving you the content that you're looking for. I'm giving you that work that you're waking up 6:30 in the morning for. So I want to make sure that I am doing that. You know what I mean? I also got to keep in mind, I got to make sure that I'm giving you something that you really want to watch too. So that's what I'm going to keep in mind, for sure. Just making sure that I'm making sure I'm to make sure and remake sure that I'm making you guys happy. So, all right. So I want to, first of all, if you don't know who the Sentry is, that's that blonde hair guy in the thumbnail. So if you watch this on a replay, you already see the thumbnail, so you already know what's up. But I do want to show you, and I'm not gonna play the audio on this because you know what I mean. Comics Explained. Uh, he was on a roll when he did his Sentry video. But if you want to know more about the Sentry, make sure, which I'm gonna link this into the video, that you go to Comics Explained or hit the link in the description, and it will talk about to find out who the Sentry is. And the Sentry is just another list, like Hyperion and Gladiator before him, of another Superman type character. But unlike Superman, there's no way to for real kill this dude. And that's on everything. It's so hard to be able to kill this dude because you really can't. So I'm going to pull this up. Give me just a second. I'm gonna mute the audio real quick. But I want to show you, first of all, what he looks like. And I don't want to take anything for Rob. Rob, I've been watching Rob's channel for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rob and the Rob Core. You know what I mean? Sure, they really want to introduce characters. Dog, I'm playing. After I do this, I'm playing your video. Your video is next. So I can be able to give the audience the mind frame that me and you both share as far as this temporary representation. And I'm going to show you why it's temporary representation with the Sentry. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. They don't want to introduce black characters. And I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. But for you unfamiliar with the character of the Sentry, you know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and share my screen real quick. And I'm gonna full screen this. How do we say, yo, but be careful, my music was copyrighted from Death Note. Okay, so what I'll damn, you right. I'm you shoot. Man, yourself is good. You know what? What I'll do is I'll put a link. Is it on YouTube? If it's on YouTube, I'll put a link in the description so you could be able to get so people could be able to watch that video. I know my music. This is one of the main reasons why I play one of my instrumentals. You know what I'm saying? In repeat on loop on here. So just because of copyright, because I don't use anybody music but my own, and I probably got about like 300-400 beats. You know what I mean on my MacBook. So Joshua Melton, what's going on? Making the Sentry black. If this is the rumor is true, makes no sense. Why is Marvel so hesitant to bring in Blue Marvel? We're going to get to all of that. But what I want to do is just show people, and I'm gonna put the closed caption on just because I want you guys to kind of see, and I'm not gonna play the full video, but I'm just gonna give you, put the Sentry in your mind for just a second. So I'm going to get off the screen here. And let me go ahead and play this. And again, I'm playing this without the sound. I'm doing this for a reason. I respect Rob and what Comics Explained does. So I'm not going to play his music, based on copyrights and stuff like that, or play the audio from it. But I will link the description to this. I have that comic, the Sentry #1 from 1998 or 2000 under the Marvel's Nightline. But the Sentry is a white character. He is whiter than white. He's white skin, blue eyes, blonde hair. This is perfect. I could just pause it right here. This is the Sentry. Blonde hair, blue-eyed, white dude that came out in 2000s. He didn't come out like 1933. He didn't come in like 1950s. He didn't come in like the 1960s. You know what I'm saying? Where there was not a lot of black characters in Marvel Comics. He came in 2000 when you already had other white characters. And people gonna be like, well, we need black people, and we need more black characters. Dude, we have black characters. We don't need to use him as an example of diversity. You know what I'm saying? Or like Chillmonger said, now you could be the Sentry. Everybody can be the Sentry. Anybody can be anything. Well, if that's the case, why didn't they draw that man that way in the first place? If you get what I'm saying, you guys, look at this way. You guys see it right here. You guys see, plain example, he's white. Let him be white. Let him be white. Like, what are you doing? Not allowing that character to be who he is. And that's the problem that I'm having with Disney Marvel with these particular casts. I had a problem with it with Wonder Man. And shout out to Planet Fanatics and Darius on Planet Fanatics, because he said perfectly what I said. When I pull up a Sentry comic, I see a blonde haired, blue eyed white dude. And then I go into the movies and I'm seeing this movie, I'm like, who's this black dude? Oh, that's a Sentry. You don't look like Robert Reynolds to me, because I'm a fan. You're isolating the people who got you here, Marvel, by doing this. And I'm just saying, this is not representation for us. This is not, let me reiterate, this is not representation for us. You know why this is not representation for us? Because he's not an original character that was made for us. You fridged T'Challa and killed him off, but you can't recast, and you don't want to recast that. You make him have a bastard son, everything that's against the original character from the comics. And you said, well, we're giving you a black dude just like Superman. What do you want more? What, you start sounding like Tyrese. What more do you want from me? I just want you to do right by the character. How hard is that? Are they afraid of a long-term benefits of making a black character popular? And I do believe so. I'm gonna be honest with you, and maybe I'm gonna take this away from the screen just for a second. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think T'Challa, when he got introduced in Black Panther, in Captain America Civil War, since he went above and beyond expectation, right? He went above and beyond expectation. He damn near overshadowed Spider-Man in the movie as far as like that presence, right? Then he gets his own film where everybody's hyped, not just black people, white people too, and a lot of white readers of the comics. Remember, there's more white readers of this comic than people of color. And I'm talking about black, Asian, Hispanic. There's more white readers. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But those white readers who like Black Panther got to see Black Panther on screen. Not Ryan Gosling as Black Panther. They got to see the King of Wakanda like they've been reading in the comics. So they got behind that, right? They got behind that. And they were able to enjoy the movie, you know what I'm saying, while reading it, because they're reading the comics and seeing the same character on screen that they're seeing in the comics, right? Now, you've had like the Ancient One and Tilda Swinton playing the Ancient One, which was wrong. And Kevin Feige came out and said that was wrong. So what is right about Wonder Man and Sentry being black? What is right about that? What do and everybody say, well, you don't you want to see more black people in comics? Yes, as their own character. So if you brought Luke Cage back and you instead of bringing Mike Culture back, if Mike Culture can't come back and Yahya Abdul-Mateen is Luke Cage, I'm 1,000% for it, because he's playing a character of color who was of color in the comics. So I'm with that. I have no problem with white people being white people. I have no problem with black people being black people, Asian being Asian in the comics. I really, and everybody now you have on Twitter, because Jonathan Majors is getting popular based on a lot of the critics' talking points on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Of course, your boy will be in attendance on that Friday at the earlier show. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on it, but everybody is talking about the impact of Jonathan Majors, how Jonathan Majors was so perfect for this role and how he killed this role. You know what other people are saying? He was white in the comics. You know who Jonathan could have been perfect for? Any of the other black characters that you have in here, and elevate them. But again, I believe Black Panther was more popular than a lot of the characters that was in the MCU that's already been established. It's not Tony Stark. And let them and if they would have let T'Challa have the arc that Tony Stark had, he would have been the most popular character in Marvel, not named Spider-Man. And that's the honest to God's truth, because everybody gravitated towards, Chadwick's portrayal of that. So I get when the anti-recasters like it's too soon. I get that. I understand that. Didn't want him to be recast in the second movie in the first place. At the same time, you have an opportunity to bring other black characters in. You know what I mean? Not to replace T'Challa, but you could be able to introduce other black characters so they can get their shot. But that does not work if you're starting to blackwash a lot of these characters. And that's what white comic readers like. Dude, I'm sick of it. You're pissing them off, and we're sitting there like, we ain't got nothing. This ain't us. Black nerds are like, this ain't us. This ain't us unless you from New Rock Stars, your name is MT. You know what I'm saying? The rest of us is like, yo, this ain't got nothing to do with us. We just want T'Challa back. We just want black characters to be elevated. That's from the comics to be elevated. That's it. That's the only thing we're asking for. But it seems like anytime you start mentioning other black characters, you know what I mean, and the characters just getting basically rinsed. You know what I'm saying? So Disney can say, look, we're diverse. Look what we're doing. If we were going back to the comics, everybody's white. But you have black characters that you can use, and you can elevate them if you wanted to. It's not just the sidekick characters. You have mainstay characters that you can be able to put out in the forefront. You said, I don't have a problem with white characters either. My problem is Marvel will turn around and say we've been very diverse. Fans who only know the characters as the race swap versions will fall for it. Thank you. And then this is what they'll do. They'll go get the comic. You know what I'm saying? Because again, sometimes you might not know anything. I give you a prime example. So I was watching Blue's House last night. Shout out to Blue's House. Shout out to everybody that's on Blue House, Mika, Blue, and Kobe. Shout out to them. So I'm watching their channel right now. I mean, last night, and Mika G has no idea about comics, right? But say for instance, like she's not a big comic fanatic. She's on the channel, she's she's a horror expert. She knows a lot about horror movies, right? But say for instance, she goes and sees Ant-Man and the Quantumanium because, Jonathan Majors, right? And she doesn't know anything about the comic, right? And she goes to watch this movie. She falls in love. Oh my God, Kane was so great. Jonathan Majors did so much of a great job. You know what? I'm going to try to find a Kane comic, right? Let me see what this guy is like in the comics. He has me so interested. I'm gonna go find a character. You flip to the page, like, man, this dude white. Oh my God. He's even whiter, the further we go down the rabbit hole of years, we start going from the 70s. I mean, we're going to start going from the 2000s, 90s, 80s, 70s. Man, this dude's white. Then what? How is that character? How does a person who's getting invested now feel about that? Is that every race swap is keeping an actual black character for getting exposure. I agree with you. That is screen time that Blue Marvel could be getting. And I'm going to get to Blue Marvel here. So give me just a second. Let me share my screen. And speaking of Blue Marvel, and I'm going to full screen this. This is for Grace Randolph, and this is where I got this information from. Word is Marvel might be looking for and it says might be, but why in the first place? But it says word is Marvel might be looking for an African-American actor to cast as Sentry, maybe to avoid Homelander comparisons, which sounds dumb. Just make your character more interesting than Homelander because he's not home. He's Robert Reynolds in the comic in the Sentry in the Void is nothing like Homelander. He's nothing like Homelander. Homelander is a narcissistic, egomaniac jerk. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mind killing people, that has issues. The Sentry is not like that. The Void ain't even like that. You know what I mean? But it says joining Captain America because You know, you have the Sam Wilson version of Captain America, which they did it in the comics. It's just like when they passed the mantle to, and people like, oh, like with Sam Wilson, Falcon. He should never be Captain America. My Captain America is Steve Rogers. But nobody had a problem when U.S. Agent became Captain America. So make it make sense. So that Captain America did pass the mantle on to Falcon. You know what I'm saying? So he could be Captain America just like how John Walker was Captain America also. You know what I mean? So, okay, Mickey G is in the house. What's going on? The more you know, and good morning. And I wasn't trying to use you as an example, Mika, but it was just a way for someone who does not know anything about comics, if they get interested in said comic, and then you go find this comic, and he's not like the counterpart that you see on screen. You know, you can say it in the chat. How would that make you feel? And I'm gonna post it in the chat. Sentry is nothing like Homelander. Makes no sense. Thank you. He's nowhere close to anything like Homelander. Nowhere close. You know what I mean? And there's so many great actors who could play Sentry. You know what I mean? Hell, Ryan Gosling could play Sentry. You know what I mean? Because I can see him as a Robert Reynolds character. Easily. Easily slam dunk. Now, this is the part that joining Captain America, Kang, and Wonder Man as powerful black male characters in the MCU. The problem is only one of those people are in the comics, or you know what I'm saying, is a black version of that character. Kang is not black in the comics. He wears. I thought the dude was blue. So I initially when Jonathan Majors got cast, number one, because I'm a fan of Jonathan Majors. Number two, I thought the dude was blue. You know what I mean? Until I started reading more comics, I'm like, oh, he's a white dude that wears a mask that's blue. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We about to hear it. You know what I'm saying? These SJ warriors, they with they woke movements and woke in the wrong context. You bastards. But she did say also Blue Marvel was coming, which is more. I'm more excited for Blue Marvel than anybody because he was a character created for us by Kevin Gavot. So yes, I'm excited about Blue Marvel. SSJ dot, what's K dot, what's going on? They're about to make Sentry a black junkie, bro. Thank you. There's so much wrong with this. There's so much wrong with this. Now, the original story, he was a junkie. The second story, which is the Sentry #1, that came out, oh God, 2005, I believe. Part of the 6-part series is that it was a extra. He had a different version of the super soldier serum because he was like an alien. He was like a blue alien from somewhere or something silly like that. You know what I mean? So you know, but Blue Marvel is coming. That's who I'm waiting. Now that's representation. That's representation there. You know what I mean? But again, I don't want Marvel to continue to do this. And why is it just black people? So the Sentry couldn't be Asian or Pakistani or Malaysian. Just make the man white. Just make the man white. Like, come on. Who? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah. I need to find this. If I find this picture, you will know what I'm talking about. This, I'm gonna tell you who the Sentry looks like. Hold on. This is what the Sentry looks like. Tell me I'm lying. They rather cast Human Torch black. I'd rather they cast Human Torch black than this. They wild and homeboy about to be begging Wakanda for some vibranium snorts. You are dumb for that. But tell me that ain't the Sentry. Nuclear Man from Superman 4 Quest of Peace. That's that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to maybe it looks like that to me. I'm just saying. But yeah, he shouldn't be going around. Yeah, he shouldn't. Come on, baby. You know, they might if you go if you okay, if you gonna make him black, might as well make him Tyrone Biggums. You know what I'm saying? You might as well. You might as well. Yes, Nuclear Man. Nuclear Man looks just like. Let me put it back up there one more time. That's what the Sentry. That's what the Sentry should look like. A white dude with blonde hair. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest, man. And again, I'm not saying this because I'm trying to I'm trying to be funny or anything like that. It's just simply a lot of people are tired. They're starting to get worn out with Marvel, you know, completely missing the boat on other black characters that are in Marvel comics. They could be elevated into the MCU. They rather just race swap another character, which only thing that does is create a problem, especially with your white audience. And I'm not even mad. That's just like right now, you know, if Luke Cage was played by Liam Hemsworth. You know what I'm saying? Because you know the casting was good. I don't want to compare him to Meteor Man, so you know that's who I'm gonna cast is Luke Cage. That doesn't make sense. I do like the Sentry suit. I hope they keep it simple, not overcomplicating the design. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. In the Sentry, you know, when Comics Explain, because Comics Explain um did this. Hold on, what am I doing? Oh, that's my fault. You know, when Comics Explain did, you know, his explainer on the Sentry, you know, this is what he looks like. He looks like Nuclear Man. Like, if you want to keep it real, that's the way they drew him. You know, you got black. And see, the thing is that you see this guy. You see what this guy looks like. You're seeing it on screen right now. That's what the Sentry looks like. The guy before that is Blue Marvel. Now, if you're trying to look for a black Superman, Blue Marvel is the greatest one you could be ever to have. If you're looking for a Superman S type character, but this is a Sentry. Let the dude be white. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Unless you get a black dude that can pass, like wasn't it a rumor or was it or what I'm tripping? The dude from Prison Break. They were saying he was black. You know what I'm saying? But he passed it, so nobody knew he was black. I don't know if that was a rumor, if that was a lie, or if that was real or not. I'm not for sure. You know what I mean? But this is the Sentry. This literally is the Sentry. Look at this. Look at this. So if I was to pick up a Sentry comic or seeing a black dude in it, and I'm all excited, like, man, the Sentry was so dope. Oh my God, they introduced the Void. That's so amazing. I want to get into this character. Where do I get into this character? Oh, let me go pull up a comics. Robert Reynolds do not look like this. He don't look like the guy who was just on film. He you know, Wonder Man doesn't look like Yahya Abdul-Mateen, the Abdul-Mateen third or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Who is this guy? It's a little different. And then you try to and then what happens? And Chillmonger said it the best. You have this representation now, and then you go on a Disney cruise, and what if Robert Reynolds looks like this? Now you're really confused to the average you know, the guy who's getting into comics for the first time, because you know Marvel did a great job portraying this character, but he's not what you see. I guess that's the wonder part. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm not trying to be funny or I'm not trying to complain. I'm really not. I'm not trying to complain like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just something, another thing to be mad about, another thing to make a video about. No, I'm showing you that this stuff matters to people. You know what I mean? This stuff matters. You don't have comics, you don't have comic books. You know what I'm saying? You don't have comic book movies without comic books. And the people who really invest in these high dollar ass comics, because if you don't pick it up immediately, you know what I'm saying? And it becomes popular, it becomes so expensive to collect. You know what I'm saying? From individuals and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I don't understand what's the difference between having a blonde hair, blue eyed dude. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if Captain America was Will Smith in the first Captain America movie. Man, people would have lost their minds. And we know this. And if I'm not mistaken, there was rumors that Will Smith was in, they were thinking about, casting him as Captain America. Wouldn't have worked. And I'm gonna be honest with you, despite the things that went on personally with Will Smith, I think he would probably be an excellent Blue Marvel. Honestly, people might not like that, but an older guy, he's already played a superhero. You know what I'm saying? In Hancock, you know what I'm saying? I mean, the Sentry is better than Hancock. You know what I mean? A guy like Denzel, older guy like Denzel's age, is just too to me is too old to play. Blue Marvel, but hey, you know, hold up, chill. You said they should cast Will's Blue Marvel now. Silent why he's cheap. Yeah, why nobody and he could resurrect his career by being Blue Marvel. I can picture Michael J. White also as Blue Marvel. But you see what we're doing? We're fan casting a black character, a black actor with a black character. You know who we didn't mention? Anybody white. And that's again what I really have a problem with. I do like Michael J. White as Blue Marvel too. You know what I mean? Also and I hate, I think his I can't think of the kid's name, but he got cast in Secret Invasion, but I liked him as Malcolm X in 13 Days in Miami, I believe. I seen him as Blue Marvel also, and you know what I mean, but they already cast him in another role, so I couldn't really, you know what I'm saying, get mad about that. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. That's the only thing I'm saying. If you're not trying to compare him to Homelander, write it better. Write the story better. When you write the story better, we have no problem with what you have on film. It is so incredibly simple. You know what I mean? It's so incredibly simple. And I'm gonna stop the video here. Stop the video here because I already made my point. You know what I mean? I made my point. I believe they should elevate black characters and not race swap them with white characters because you're taking away from the black characters and having them elevated and getting those guys popular. And again, I truly believe that if Chadwick wouldn't have never had cancer and he would have went on with this would have been the most popular character in Marvel that wasn't on. And again, if they would have made his arc like Tony Stark's, show him doing think tank stuff and all of that. I love Shuri. No problem with Shuri, all of that. But if you show T'Challa using his intelligence and his smarts, being able to problem solve, be able to get stuff done, create, just the same thing as Iron Man. You have the same art as Iron Man. So if they did make him sacrifice himself or whatever, it was well earned and warranted. You know what I'm saying? Or if they did make him have a kid, which is the one from the comics with Storm, I would have been okay with that because it's not something that you pulling out your ass. You're making something where people who are investing their hard-earned money buy every day. You're actually paying that off for them. It's like Marvel is trying to make up for the kill of T'Challa, and they didn't even have to do that. And exactly, Eric, I 1000% agree with you. It's like, hey, you know, we messed up, we killed T'Challa, but what if we give you a black Superman? Would you like that? Oh, you'll like that, won't you? Ooh, a black man in the cape, and he is really great. You like it? It's really. I'm gonna be honest with you. It should be an assault to our intelligence. It really should be. It should be an insult to our intelligence because they're like, well, we're giving you something. Just take it. We're giving you something. At least we're giving you these characters. We ain't got to do nothing. Man, I want to play this video. Chill. If I play it over my music, I wonder will it copyright. So I'm gonna try. All right. So check out this. I'm gonna play the music, my music, along, keep my music going along with that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could kind of, stop the copyright bug, but I want y'all to see this video, and then I'm gonna let you guys go because this is just a culminate, and I'm glad Chillmonger did this. And make sure to go to Chillmonger's YouTube channel. Make sure to go to SSJ K. Sanctum. Make sure you. And again, I still haven't done it yet because I've been working. So when I get a chance, I'm gonna make sure to put a list of all the people I recommend to go to their channels to like, share, and subscribe and be able to support them. But let me show you this from Chillmonger, and let's kind of go from there, and then I'll wrap it up.
Thank white Jesus Chadwick Boseman died. A black character became way too popular. But aren't we gonna recast? Like white superheroes? We'll run temporary representation. He gets Shuri to become the Black Panther. She gains so much steam. Here comes the son to become Black Panther. Teach the audience it's about the mantle. Wakanda. Wakanda forever. That's what we'll call it. And Bobby Ray makes sure a black character never becomes that popular again. Canceling live action Proud Family. Yes. Cast the actress Ariel. Temporary representation. Sir, what's this temporary representation? Temporary representation. It's our playbook. So take a character like Cinderella, right? Now we reboot and cast a black actress, and we get all the credit for casting somebody black. But don't worry, everything returns to them being white again. Having them play white characters is much safer than actual darkies catching fire. We use black labor for white characters. And when there is a black lead, it's in limited capacities. T'Challa is the most positively impactful dark-skinned character in the history of cinema. Black representation's best representative. So you nixed him when you had the chance, replaced him with a female so anyone who opposed it could be labeled misogynist. They all say they want representation, but they keep falling for attempts. But they'll consider a white property black just because of the actor who's temporarily playing her? Exactly. Just gotta say, every girl can see herself as Ariel. The Little Mermaid transcends race. Now you can be a princess. We had a black princess. And she was a frog for half of the movie. That's temporary representation. We flipped her just like we flipped Jamie Foxx's character into a ghost. So, whatever. Actually, the best was when we got Will Smith. You remember, he was the genie. You liked that one. I was happier than David Duke at a hockey game. And since it's a voice actor and since it was a white guy initially, we're really not attached to casting somebody black again. Same thing with like the Lion King. Even if they're being played by somebody black, it now stops and ceases the introduction of new black characters. Everybody in Lion King is going to be back to white, except for Rafiki's voice actor. You know why. That's why they're called people of color. except for Rafiki's voice actor. You know why. Wait, so Ahsoka's voice actress, she's white. Did you only cast a black lead because her face would be painted? That's why they're called people of color. Characters are immortal, the actors aren't. We'll just get somebody white back to play the white character. We maintain minimum melanin, and we get to cast black actors, and we please the people who that fools. It's racism repellent and racist. Every black character has a built-in exit plan. You think Little Mermaid's staying black? Go to Disney World right now. See who's greeting your kids. White. Ariel will be white again, just like MJ will be white again. And it's only ever temporary representation. What about the media? We own the media. You didn't see those TikToks of the girls watching the trailers? But black media. You just give black media some free shit. They always conform. If that works, do you know how many fucking coons will sell themselves for a fruit basket? I don't know. Black Twitter could be really woke sometimes. Stop using woke in its correct context. But no. Nigger Twitter will be too distracted with all the irrationally upset white people. They'll see that their enemy is angry, making them happy. And they'll be participants in their own oppression. I want black white mermaids, black white mothers, black white mutants, black white villains, black white heroes. We're gonna make all black representation temporary. White people, white people, white people, white people, black people, white.
All right. And let me turn my music down because God is blasting in my ear. Jeez, that's blasting in my ear. But that hopefully I did it. I put the music a little louder so we can muffle the music from Chillmonger's video so we don't get any copyright claims. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not monetized anyway, so yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that is a clear showing of the mindset. You have black representation just for the moment, and then it goes right back to the standard quo. So again, we need to elevate. We should be demanding our characters are elevated, not race swapped. Our characters elevated, because I guarantee you, if we had a character that was black in the comics and they made them white, black Twitter, who majority of them don't read comics at all, they'll find out about that and try to burn Twitter down just to voice their opinion. I'm upset. I'm angry. But then we see this and be like, oh, that's cool. I mean, at least we're getting some niggas on screen. Now I'm gonna go eat my popcorn and go watch it. What? We need that same energy all over the board. You feel what I'm saying? We need that same energy across the board. We need our people to be represented. So, Darth, what is going on? Shout out to the Rob. Shout out to the Rob Core. Zen Man, what is up, my brother? What is up? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all in the recast T'Challa moment. But y'all get what I'm saying. It's not that I'm just complaining just to be complaining, because I could just be happy we got somebody. But the thing is, I'm not just happy just to get somebody. It's not just somebody. I want the right people. I want the people, especially since I invest in this genre, in this medium. I'm not saying this just to be saying, I literally invest. You know what I'm saying? Why do you? I will give you a prime example. I'm gonna let you guys go. I had a problem with Transformers. What's that? Not Dark of the Moon. What was the second one? Revenge of the Fallen. And we seen the twins. Perfect stereotypes of Negroes. Look at them. They can't read. Look at them. They got gold teeth and big ears. They talk funny. I think I like that. No, man, it was racist. It was horrible. I'm a Transformers fan. You know what I'm saying? Scatman Carruthers played jazz. You know what I'm saying? I believe he was I think he was Blaster too. No. He wasn't Blaster. There's another actor who played Blaster. You know what I mean? But, you know, and then the live action movie comes out and he's talking about, what's cracking, little bitches? It just looked like a cool place to kick it. Oh, make the black character stereotypical. Thanks a lot. And I'm sick of it. If you're going to do our characters, do them justice. Don't race swap, and you won't have a problem. You won't have a problem. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Let me get out of here, man. Shout out to everybody who came through the chat. Shout out to my man, Chillmonger, for the video. Excellent video. Excellent way to understand what is going on out here. Shout out to Rob in the Rob Core. I will be linking the links to Rob. So if you want to watch the Sentry explain above Omega level, you could be able to watch that there. I just want you to be just cognizant of what we're intaking. You know what I'm saying? Because all it does is cause division. And this is division 101, man. And I'm just tired, man. That's it. I'm just tired. But again, what you guys think about the video? Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to give me a thumbs up in the video or a thumbs down. You might hate this. You might be like, man, dude, man, won't you play the kid? Won't you go? Since you complaining so much, this is people on Twitter. Since you complaining so much, why don't you not watch it? Why don't you make your own comic books? If I can draw, I would. Now, unfortunately, I can't draw. So I decided to put my money in the comic books, and all I want to see is proper representation. Now, how about that? I'm out of here, y'all. Peace. Vibe higher, man. I gotta get out of here. If you came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking around for the entirety of the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you want to get a little more personal with me, hit me up on my Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, or any of the social medias that you see below you. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher.